everyone, this is Phoebe Russell from Discover Double Bass, and I'm here to talk you through 3 of my top tips for shifting. So one of the first things that's really important to think about when you're shifting from a high up note all the way back down to first position is to think about really leading with the weight of the arm. So I like to think about the elbow really hanging back away from the instrument and directing the entire forearm and the entire unit from the elbow all the way through to the knuckle back to the first position. So I almost imagine that there's a puppeteer behind me and there's a string on my elbow and it's just being pulled backwards gently. So that really helps to take the jerkiness out of the shift. We really want to glide with our shifts rather than thinking just about the left hand and jumping back or shifting back just from the fingers. This adds an element of ease to our shifts and creates a more connected sound. The next thing that I want to talk about is visualizing the note that you're reaching. So you want to think about firstly the hand shape that you're shifting to, but you also want to be able to visualize the note in your head. So often that means that in your practice you can sing the next note out loud, but eventually you want to be at a point where you can visualize every single note ahead of playing it without having to sing it out loud. The third thing I want to talk about is using the bow to help the left hand. So we always want to be directing with the bow and one step ahead with the bow. The bow's our voice and obviously the most important part of expressing ourselves, but it also helps us to be more efficient with the left hand. So generally, as a golden rule for shifting, we want to make sure that we're using as little bow as possible and we're maintaining a very compact bow stroke. So let's start off with a really compact bow with a lot of weight, with not too much speed. That way it won't interrupt the shift in the left hand. So, and then we're going to release a little bit of weight as we shift down and glide down with a very relaxed motion. And then we're going to reapply the weight at the bottom. So. And then as we come up again, that's another time that we want to think about preparing with our elbow. So we're thinking about relaxing our shoulder away from our ears, relaxing our elbow down. So we're prepared to use the elbow as an anchor to help us to get back to the A. So it's always a very, very smooth motion, and we're always using the entire unit of the hand, wrist, forearm, and elbow rather than jumping or jerking with the left hand. So if you found these tips helpful, please feel free to check out the Discover Double Bass website and have a look at my course for left hand technique. I hope you enjoy.